Raising someone else's children, recovering from addiction, and hitting rock bottom, all before her 18th birthday, Jelly Roll's daughter, Bailee Ann, has lived a more difficult life than many folks decades her senior. For many years, Bailee Ann watched her mom, Felicia Beckwith, struggle with substance use. In 2020, Bailee, only 11 at the time, took to Instagram to share a heartfelt post that hinted at her tumultuous relationship with Beckwith. She wrote, "I don't talk about my personal life on social media much, but my blood mother came home to me on Christmas Day of 2018 and left me again for drugs in January 2019. In a 2024 interview on her stepmom Bunny XO's Dumb Blonde podcast, Bailee opened up about her childhood. She revealed her mother's addiction worsened when she was in grade school.
I guess around first grade was when it just went gone.
It was getting really bad to where your mom wasn't able to take you to school.
Mm-hmm.
For his part, Jelly Roll also has a difficult history with substance abuse. Fortunately, he was able to overcome his addiction. Bailee Ann was born in May 2008. Sadly, her father wasn't there to witness her arrival or many of the hardships she experienced early in life. The reason? The country singer was serving time in prison. As Jelly Roll recalled to Billboard, "A guard knocks on my cell door mid-afternoon during lockdown. He goes, 'You had a kid today?' I've never had anything in life that urged me at the moment to know that I had to do something different." Jelly Roll's teenage years had been characterized by multiple arrests for crimes such as drug possession, drug dealing, shoplifting, and aggravated robbery. Unfortunately, things took a turn for the worse when he was arrested for aggravated robbery at the age of 16. Despite still legally being a minor at the time, the Save Me singer was tried as an adult and received an 8-year sentence and 7 years of probation.
Even then, I wish I would have really had the brain width to understand what my lawyer was trying to explain to me.
Despite the unfavorable circumstances, Bailee's birth was the motivation Jelly Roll needed to turn his life around. During his time in prison, the singer studied for and passed his GED exams. After serving just a little over a year of his sentence, Jelly Roll was released and finally united with his daughter. As Bailee Ann grew older, her mother's addiction worsened. During her 2024 appearance on the Dumb Blonde podcast, Bailee revealed that Beckwith, who was in a long-term codependent relationship, grew increasingly incapable of taking care of her child. As a result, a young Bailee was forced to take up the role of an adult, fending for herself and, quote, raising her 2 younger cousins who lived with them. She confided that she still has nightmares about the horrible living situation. Bunny also recalled the level of neglect she observed on her first encounter with Bailee in Beckwith's house. She explained that the then 7-year-old was even cooking dinner for her younger cousins. For young Bailee, the situation worsened when Beckwith started experiencing financial troubles. As Beckwith spent all her money on drugs, they became unable to pay bills.
So it's the lights kept going out and the water kept going out.
Jelly Roll and Bunny XO were eventually granted primary custody of Bailee, and while they were able to provide her with support and a stable home, Bailee was not completely free from the impact of her mother's addiction. A few years after Jelly and Bunny were given custody, Beckwith returned, seeking reconciliation with her daughter. Though she initially resisted, Bailee eventually gave in, choosing to spend the summer living with her mom. Sadly, this reconciliation quickly became harmful as Beckwith encouraged her daughter to smoke marijuana and drink alcohol. By July, they had graduated to harder drugs, a situation that was kept hidden from the rest of the family. After months of struggling with drug use, however, Bailee decided it was time to take control of her life.
I got completely sober in February. Wasn't drinking, wasn't smoking weed, no pills, I wasn't even vaping.
In the time since she and her mother separated again, Bailee has become estranged from Beckwith. She reportedly has her father's support in this decision. As a source told Life and Style, Jelly's all about second chances, and he believes Felicia can turn her life around and be a part of Bailee's life again. But for now, Bailee's safety and well-being come first. Due to her difficult childhood, Bailee Ann experienced a mental health decline over time, particularly during her struggle with substance abuse. Bailee's mental health took a deep plunge. As Bunny recalled on the Dumb Blonde podcast, Bailee experienced a severe depressive period that required emergency therapy to address. Life became even more distressing when Bailee's then-girlfriend attempted suicide. Bailee admitted, "That just sent me spiraling. That was when it got dark." The series of traumatic experiences led the teenager to attempt suicide. Bunny and Jelly subsequently swung into action, seeking out professional help for their daughter.
I've seen all the pain that you've gone through,
Yeah.
and I knew that this is not something that you throw a pill at.
Bailee had previously touched on her struggle with anxiety in a heartfelt birthday tribute, celebrating Bunny for her support. In a January 2020 Instagram post, she wrote, "She has held my hand through anxiety, cried with me in sad times, smiled with me when I am glad, and celebrated with me at big events. Memories last a lifetime, and so does my love for her." Along with her mental health struggles, Bailee Ann has also dealt with a negative self-image. In a candid 2019 Instagram post, she opened up about her insecurities, revealing she was not confident about her looks. She wrote, "I have two really big insecurities, and one of them is my teeth. I am not very self-confident when it comes to loving myself. My other insecurity is my body." In the same post, however, she said that she had embarked on a journey to self-acceptance and self-love. She declared, "Today I said, to hell with looks, and after that I looked in the mirror and said, I am perfect the way I am, and I love myself no matter what." Sadly, Bailee's journey to self-acceptance has not been smooth, as she has fallen victim to online trolls who body shame her. A TikTok user once described Bailee and her dad as massively overweight while accusing Bunny of, quote, enabling them. Bunny was quick to defend Bailee and Jelly in a TikTok. She said that many people who are overweight struggle with eating disorders and that they deserve the same respect and support as anyone else.
So for you to even come on my page and say something about my underage daughter's body shows the type of human you are.
Bunny went on to encourage her followers to stay kind to everyone regardless of how they look. If you or anyone you know needs help with addiction issues, visit the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration website or contact SAMHSA's national helpline at 1-800-662-HELP-4357.